Hey guys, so it's been a while since you saw an autograph video from me. Please excuse the location, we are currently just sat on my bed. But I thought I would film an updated Harry Potter autograph collection for you guys. So it will only include what's in this folder, which as you can see has grown quite a bit. There's quite a few new ones in here that you haven't seen, so even if you've seen my Harry Potter autograph videos before, then I hope you'll enjoy this one still, because like I said, there are a few autographs in here that are different. So we will just be going through this folder today. This does not include other Harry Potter autographs I have. I have a few signed books, CDs, flyers, programs, that kind of thing. They're obviously not in here, so we'll only be doing the folder today. And like I say in every collection video, this is not to brag or show off or anything like that at all. I mean, I am proud of my collection, and I know you guys have said you want to see it, so here it is. So as there's a lot to go through, I will just be telling you the actor's name, the character's name, and where I got them from. So let's get started. So here is my folder. This is how I display them. So the first section is Hogwarts students during Harry's time. So first up we have Bonnie Wright, who played Ginny Weasley. This was a purchase. A couple more Bonnie Wrights. This was a TTM from when I wrote to her. It is a preprint. So when you do write to Bonnie Wright, I don't know if it's the same now because this is quite old, but you do get this preprint, or at least you did when I wrote to her. This is a genuine purchase. Then we have Evanna Lynch, who played Luna Lovegood. This is a genuine purchase. I do have a book coming from her. I pre-ordered her signed autobiography, but it isn't out yet. Another Evanna Lynch, this again is a purchase. You can't really see the autograph there because there's quite a lot of glare, but it is there, I promise you. I believe they came from Warwick Davis's shop, the Signature Shop. Then we have Tiana Benjamin, who played Angelina Johnson. This was a purchase. Julianne Hough, or Hugh, I think it's Hough. I don't ever know how to pronounce that. She is a famous dancer in America, but she played a Gryffindor girl in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This was a purchase. Again, her brother, Derek Hough, again, a very famous dancer. He also played a student in Harry Potter, and this was a purchase as well. And another one from him, also a purchase. Next up, we have Chris Rankin, who played Percy Weasley. This was an in-person success from World of Wizardry. Then we have Scarlett Byrne. This is a purchase, and she played Pansy Parkinson. We have my signed top trumps, so Shefali Chowdhury as Parvati Patil, Rupert Grint as Ron Weasley, that's signed on the back, Matthew Lewis as Neville Longbottom, James and Oliver Phelps as Fred and George Weasley, and Katie Leung as Cho Chang. All of these were through the mail, apart from the Rupert Grint, which was a purchase, and there's the signature on the back of that one. Next up we have Hugh Mitchell, who played Colin Creevey. Now I have met him in person, but this was actually a purchase. We have Oliver Lavery Farag, and he played a student. This is the first email success that you will see. Now, some of these emails I emailed maybe 7-8 years ago, so I don't think any of them will be valid anymore, unfortunately. Matthew Lewis as Neville Longbottom, this was a TTM, which I don't know if I've said in this video, but that stands for through the mail, so I wrote to the actor or their agency, and they replied. We have Freddie Stromar, who played Cormac McLaggen. This was a purchase. Shiori Morris, this was an email success. She played a student again. She also sent me this lovely letter and a call sheet, which is not in this folder. James and Oliver Phelps, this is a TTM. Fred and George Weasley, of course. And again, these are all TTM successes. Jamie Waylett, who played Crabbe, this is a purchase. Shefali Chowdhury, again Parvati Patil, this was TTM. I hope you can see it, there's a lot of glare here. And again. Afshan Azad, who played Padma Patil, this is a purchase. A very bad Emma Watson preprint, of course Hermione Granger. So a preprint, if you don't know, means that the autograph is not genuine. It is, as the name would suggest, preprinted. I haven't got Emma Watson as a genuine autograph. It is definitely a holy grail of mine to own one. We have Dani Harmer, which most of you will know, I assume, for Tracy Beaker, but she was also in Harry Potter. This was a purchase. We have Devon Murray, who played Seamus Finnegan. This is a purchase. Two Robert Pattinsons here. As you can see, this one is Edward Cullen from Twilight and Cedric Diggory. These are both purchases. Alfie or Alfred Enoch, Dean Thomas. This is a purchase. Now, Daniel Radcliffe, this is a little bit confusing. So this one, I am led to believe is genuine. I obtained this through a private seller. But again, I don't know. There wasn't really any provenance with it. I just bought it on a whim. This one is a preprint, I believe. This one is definitely a preprint, and this is a bad preprint of all of them. We'll get onto them next. There's a couple more Daniel Radcliffes as we go. Genevieve Gaunt, Pansy Parkinson. This again is a preprint. I was led to believe I was buying the trading card, and this turned up, so yeah, I don't know why I've kept it, to be honest. Now, this Daniel Radcliffe here, as you can see, dedicated to me, was a Via Venue success. So I'm going to say it is a genuine. I'd like to think it was signed by Daniel himself. However, I wasn't there, so I don't know. The same can be said for a lot through the mail, to be honest. But until you know that they're not genuine, you're going to say they're genuine. Katie Leung, again, this was TTM, Cho Chang. Daniel Radcliffe again. Now, this one is a preprint. Definitely a preprint. This one is a genuine. And this one, again, was a private address, which I don't have anymore, so I can't share it. And also, I think it's probably out of date because this was years ago, so sorry about that. We have another Matthew Lewis, Neville Longbottom. This was a gift from Daniel for my birthday, so thank you very much, Daniel. We have Louis Cordis, who played Blaise Zabini. This was an in-person success at MCon. We have Joshua Herdman, who played Gregory Goyle. This is a in-person success from Hull Comic Con. Another Alfie Enoch. This again was a gift from Daniel, so thank you very much. Isabella Loughlin, who played Leanne. This is a purchase. Seamus Finnegan again, another Devon Murray. This was a gift from Ian, so thank you very much, Ian. Along with this Afshan Azad, another gift from Ian. Then we have this lady here, Rachel Lynn. This was an email success, but again, it's been such a long time. So the next category is Hogwarts faculty, so Hogwarts teachers. So we have Zoe Wanamaker, who played Madam Hooch. This was TTM. Caroline Pickles, who played Charity Burbage. Ironically enough, this was a charity auction. Gemma Jones, who played Poppy Pomfrey. These two were TTM success to her. Miriam Margoyles, who played Professor Sprout. This was a TTM, although hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm meeting her this year. Ian Hart as Professor Quirrell, that was a purchase. We have Applebrook, who played Wilhelmina Grubbly-Plank. This was a TTM, with a lovely note there. We have one of many David Bradleys. It was a purchase, as he plays Argus Filch. Jim Broadbent as Horace Slughorn. This was TTM. Deborah Lee Taylor just played a generic teacher. There's a note from her here as well. This was email. Emma Thompson, who played Sybil Trelawney. This was a purchase, this one. And then this one was, I think this one was through the mail, or a purchase, I can't remember. But this one was definitely through the mail. We have My Most Prized Possession, Alan Rickman. This was a purchase from a trusted seller, and I can't remember the name of the seller, it was so long ago. Of course, he played Severus Snape, and he's no longer with us, so I'm very, very privileged to have that autograph. Maggie Smith, who plays Professor McGonagall. This was a purchase. Leslie Phillips, the voice of the Sorting Hat, again a purchase. And there is a picture on the back of him signing the Sorting Hat and also my photo. Robbie Coltrane, this is a preprint from his agency, If You Write Them. However, this one is genuine. He, of course, played Rubeus Hagrid. This is a genuine purchase. Now, Kenneth Branagh is a bit of an enigma. This is, of course, a photo of him as Gilderoy Lockhart. My dad actually found this in a charity shop, so I don't know if it's genuine or not. Next up, we have Richard Harris, who played the original Dumbledore, again, someone who is unfortunately no longer with us. Now, this is a Christmas card, and I bought it from a neighbour of Richard Harris's. Now, I don't know whether Richard himself actually wrote this or whether his wife, I assume that's his wife, Elizabeth, wrote it. I don't know who wrote these, but it's the closest thing to a Richard Harris autograph I believe I'm ever going to get. Moving on, we have another one of my David Bradleys. This was TTM. Michael Gambon, the second Dumbledore, purchase. David Bradley again, this time on a Tudors photo. This was in person when I met him. Another David Bradley, TTM. And this is my photo of me with David Bradley. So moving on, we have Death Eaters and supporters. So first up, we have Dave Lagino, who played Fenrir Greyback, another one that I'm so happy to have because he tragically passed away, so he's no longer with us. That was a purchase. Nick Moran, who played Scabior, a purchase. Jason Isaacs, Lucius Malfoy, purchase. Timothy Spall, who played Peter Pettigrew, that was through the mail. John Campling, a Death Eater, that was in person. Susie Tosi as Electo Caro, a purchase. Simon Groner, Death Eater, that was TTM. Helena Bonham Carter preprint. I'm so lucky to have these as well. We have the wonderful Helen McCrory, who played Narcissa Malfoy, recently passed away. Very, very sad. We have Ashley Maguire. This was a purchase. Again, she played a Death Eater. We have Christian Coulson. Hopefully you can see that. He played Tom Riddle in The Chamber of Secrets. This was a purchase. We have my two David Tennants as Barty Crouch Jr. That, of course, is a photo of him as the Doctor. These were through the mail. And finally, for Death Eaters, we have Sandeep Mohan. It is a very, very dark photo, but he is around here somewhere. You can't see him at all, I'm afraid, but this was in person. Next up, we have my Muggles section. So we have a fair few Fiona Shaw autographs who played Petunia Dursley. That's two there. These were both purchases, I believe. Another Fiona Shaw, again a purchase. We have Harry Melling, who played Dudley Dursley. This is a photo of him in Merlin, again a purchase. And another Harry Melling there. Michelle Fairley, this is a photo of her in Game of Thrones. She also played Hermione Granger's mother in The Deathly Hallows Part 1, again a purchase. Imelda Brown, who played Mrs. Cole, the lady of the orphanage in Half-Blood Prince, I believe it is. This was a purchase. We have Eric Sykes, again someone who is no longer with us. He played Frank, and this was a purchase. This bit was a purchase, and I made the rest. Next up we have Christopher Rithen, who played, I believe his character name was Dennis in Dudley's Gang, and this was in person. I've met Christopher Rithen a few times now. We have the late, great Richard Griffiths. This was again a purchase. And another Richard Griffiths there. Another Christopher Rithen from when I met him the second time, dedicated to my mum as well. So you've just seen Michelle Fairley as Hermione's mum. I'm very pleased to have all four of the people that played Hermione's parents. So this is Tom Knight as Hermione's dad in Chamber of Secrets, with a lovely letter from him. This is Heather Bleasdale, who played Hermione's mum in Chamber of Secrets. And there is a photo. It's this exact photo, but she signed on the back. And finally, this is Ian Kelly, who played Hermione's dad in The Deathly Hallows Part 1, with a note from him. So I'm very, very happy to have all four of Hermione's parents there. And there's the back of that as well. This is Steve Appelt, who is credited as playing a fruit and veg man. This was an email success. He also sent me this. And I guess you can maybe write to him there, I'm not sure. And he also sent me this call sheet, which he signed, which is brilliant. So that's it for my Muggle collection. I would still like to get a few more. So I'd like to get the rest of the members of Dudley's Gang. I would also like to get... Their names escape me at the moment, so I feel really bad. But the two people that the Dursleys were trying to impress in Chamber of Secrets. And off the top of my head, there's also the girl who flirted with Harry in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince in the cafe. I would like to get her as well. That collection, the Muggle one, is sadly lacking. But it would be, because it's a movie series about wizards. So next up is Magical Beasts and Creatures. So we have Michael Hembry. This is a photo that I got when I met him. Sorry, my words are escaping me. As you can see, he played a goblin. I'm not going to say goblin every time, because hopefully you can see that. Another Michael Hembry from when I met him a second time. We have two Julian Glovers who voiced Aragog. These are both purchases. We have Warwick Davis, of course, who played Griphook, but he also played Professor Flitwick and another goblin character, I think Bogrod. And this was a purchase through Warwick Davis's website. I also have his autobiography signed, but obviously I can't show you that right now. We have Kieran Shah. This was an email, I believe. Adam Alderman. All of these style I made myself, and it means they were goblins. And obviously these were all TTM because I made these and sent them out. Alan Bennett. This is a letter from Alan Bennett as well. Artie Shah, who I have met, but this was TTM. And again. Diane Gibbons. And a letter. Toby Jones. Now this one was a TTM. He voiced Dobby. This one was a gift, I believe, from Daniel again for my birthday. So thank you very much, Daniel. We have Lenny Henry, who voiced the Shrunken Head. This is a purchase. Toby Maudsley as Grawp. I believe this was given to me as a gift, but I can't remember who gave me it, so I'm very, very sorry. Next, we have Spencer Wilding, who I met, and this is a White Walker photo that I got him to sign for me. But in terms of Harry Potter, he did the motion capture for Professor Lupin as the werewolf. Next up, we have, I think this is Brian Wheeler. Yes, I believe it is, from when I met him. Now, this one's very special. It's got a lot of signatures on it. This is when I met all of these at World of Wizardry. So this has George Appleby, Graham Hughes, Karen and Max Allard, Jimmy V, Alan Bennett, Ollie Clark, Michael Hembry, and Brian Wheeler. This is Rusty Goff, and this was a purchase. 2 from Mike Edmonds here. 1 was a purchase and 1 was a TTM. And this is an Artie Shah in person from when I met her. Next up, we have the late, great Vern Troyer, I couldn't say his name then, who played Griphook in Philosopher's Stone, but Warwick Davis actually dubbed over and did the voice of Griphook before he went on to take the role in Deathly Hallows. We have Ray Fearon. This was a purchase. He voiced and kind of motion captured Firenze the Centaur. And finally, for Magical Beasts and Creatures, we have Frankie Mwangi. I hope I'm saying that right. It's very, very damaged, this one, unfortunately, but this was a purchase. Moving on, we have Order of the Phoenix and Ministry of Magic. And this is one of my biggest sections, barring the students at the beginning. So we have my favourite, Natalia Tenner, as Nymphadora Tonks. This was a purchase. I've never met her. I wish I could. A couple more here, all purchases. We have the late, great Roger Lloyd Pack. This was a TTM, and he played Barty Crouch Sr. Also, I have to mention, I love him as Trigger in Only Fools and Horses. Then we have Bill Nighy. I have another one further on, I think, who played Rufus Scrimgeour, Minister for Magic. This was TTM. And I love the purple pen, just as a side note. Now, this is quite a sad story, this one. We have David Ryall, who played Elphias Doge. As you can see, the autograph isn't the best quality, because unknown to me, because I'd never have sent it if I'd known, I believe he signed this for me while he was in hospital, very, very poorly. So I'm very, very tremendously grateful to have this, as he's no longer with us. And mine very well could be the last photo he ever signed, so I'm very, very privileged for that. It makes me very emotional every time I see that. So we have Mark Williams, who played Arthur Weasley. These are both purchases, I believe. That could be TTM, but I can't remember. Next up, we have Guy Henry in the middle here, who played Pius Thickness. This is a purchase, and I have another one, also a purchase. But again, hopefully, I'm going to be meeting him very soon. Then we have Sophie Thompson. This is an EastEnders photo, a sister of Emma Thompson, who's also in Harry Potter, who we've seen. She played Mafalda Hopkirk, and this was a purchase, I think. Then we have Imelda Staunton, a Dolores Umbridge. Love to hate her, don't you? Again, I can't remember if this was not in person, a TTM or a purchase. I just can't remember. Definitely not in person, I'd remember that. And another one, again, I can't remember where that came from. Next up, we have Ninette Finch. I think you can see the autograph there, who briefly played Augusta Longbottom, Neville Longbottom's grandmother. This was a purchase. We have Alfred Burke. I don't believe he's with us anymore either. He played Armado Dippet, and this was a purchase. Andy Linden, who played Mundungus Fletcher. This is a purchase. Jeff Roll, who played Amos Diggory. This is a purchase because I wrote him TTM, never thought I'd get him back, and as you'll see later on, I did get him back after 3 years, I think. Jim McManus, again, I don't think this guy is with us. He voiced, who did he play? Did he voice, I want to say he voiced Creature, but no, he'd be in the other bit. So I'm getting him completely confused with Timothy Bateson, sorry for that. Jim McManus played the original Aberforth Dumbledore before Kieran Hines took the role, and I've said he's passed away, but I don't know if he has. I feel really bad if he hasn't. I'm going to have to check that. Oh dear. But this was a purchase. Oh, I feel awful. Then we have George Harris, who played Kingsley Shacklebolt, just up there. This was a purchase. The late Robert Hardy, who played Cornelius Fudge, a purchase. We have Kieran Hines, who went on to play Aberforth Dumbledore, as I mentioned. This was TTM. Geraldine Somerville, this was a long one. This took about 2 to 3 years to get back to me. TTM, she played Lily Potter. And then we have Ricky Wilson, who most of you will know as the lead singer of the Kaiser Chiefs. But he did play Dirk Creswell in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, I want to say. And this was a purchase. Next we have Catherine Hunter, who played Arabella Figg. This was a purchase. I think I've got another one as well. Yes, this was a purchase. Then we have David Stern. This was a purchase, yeah, because it says Dear Maggie. And he is credited as playing a ministry wizard. Next up, this was from a charity auction, as you can see, the incredible Julie Walters, Molly Weasley. And then we have Sheila Allen, who played a ministry witch. Again, a lovely lady that's no longer with us. This was purchased. We have James Payton, who played Frank Longbottom, Neville's father. This was a gift from Mark. Mark actually met James Payton and got me a wonderful voice message from him as well, video message. So thank you, Mark. On to another Natalia Tina. I think this was given to me by Ian. Did you meet Natalia Tina, Ian? I'm very, very jealous. I think it was Ian. Thank you very much. Then we have Adrian Rawlings, who played James Potter, and this was a purchase. And we have Brigitte Miller, I can't say her name, I'm afraid, who played, I think, Emmeline Vance. I'm just going to double check, but this was a purchase. Yep, her name is Emmeline Vance. Moving on, we have the Jeff Rolls that I was talking about that took about 3 years to get back, TTM. And this is my most recent. None of you guys have seen this. I never in a million years thought I would get this guy. He was a holy grail for a long time. It's only Gary Oldman. I can't believe it. So this is a Batman photo of him as Commissioner Gordon, but he of course played the incredible Sirius Black. And this is all thanks to my mum. My mum purchased this from Ink to Grails for me. It's a wonderful autograph site. Please go and check it out on Facebook if you can. My mum purchased this for me and I cried. So happy to have it. Another one of my holy grails is on the way. I can't show you at the moment, but it is David Thewlis as Remus Lupin. So hopefully soon David Thewlis can go right there in his rightful place. Another one of my holy grails I never thought I'd be able to get. So this is the shortest section in the whole thing, Beauxbatons and Durmstrang. Unfortunately, I only have 2 autographs in this section, but I'm hoping to get some from Beauxbatons because I don't actually have any autographs from any of the actors who were in Beauxbatons. So we're talking Fleur Delacour, Clemence Posey, Gabrielle Delacour, her sister, off the top of my head I can't remember the actor's name, Madame Maxine, Frances Delatour. I want some Beauxbatons people, but they're just so hard to get a hold of. But I do have 2 Durmstrangs. Stanislav Ivansky as Victor Krum, this was a purchase. Tolga Seifer as Karkaroff's aide. I did actually meet him. And this is from Stanislav when I met him. So there is one coming for this section, Igor Karkaroff himself. I can't say his name very well. Predrag, I think that's how you say it. So there is going to be one more in this section, but as you can see, it's very, very sparse with only 2 actors in it. Then we have Ghosts and Paintings. So we have one of many Simon Fisher-Beckers who played the Fat Friar. All of my Simon Fisher-Beckers are in person. I've met him quite a few times. So we have that one, that one, that one. I just couldn't resist getting more. We have John Atterbury, who played Phineas Nigellus Black. I think that's how you say it, or the portrait of anyway. And that one was a purchase. We have Terence Baylor, who again is no longer with us. He played the Bloody Baron. This is a purchase. We have a terrible printer quality photo of Freddie Davis here, who played Old Man in Portrait. This was given to me or sent to me from a friend who had the autograph, and it arrived damaged in this quality, unfortunately, and he printed it off and sent one off to me. Actually, I tell a lie, I've told that story all wrong. He sent these photos to Freddie Davis, I believe, and Freddie Davis put a preprint on them or something. I can't remember the story, but either way, I believe it's a preprint and it's shocking quality. Then we have the 2 Grey Ladies, Kelly MacDonald and Nina Young. These are both purchases. Like I said, both of them played the Grey Lady. I am pleased as well to say that I do have all of the house ghosts. So I have Simon Fisher-Becker, who's the Fat Friar for Hufflepuff, Terence Baylor, who's the Bloody Baron for Slytherin, Nina Young and Kelly MacDonald, who are the Grey Lady for Ravenclaw. And as you can see, who's coming later on then, I do also have the Gryffindor House Ghost. We have 2 from Dawn French. These are both purchases, I think. Maybe that's a TTM, who played the Fat Lady. We have Mick Fryer Kelsey, I'll get my words out. There he is. This was in person. So he played a few roles, actually. He played a portrait, and he was also the, I guess, priest, officiator of Bill and Fleur's wedding. Lovely guy to me. He was really, really nice. Then we have Elizabeth Spriggs, again, a lady who's no longer with us, who played the original Fat Lady, and this was a purchase. We have Shirley Henderson, who I've never actually written to. She played Moaning Myrtle, but I really ought to. This is a purchase. We have another Nina Young. I couldn't resist getting another one. As you can see, this is a nice photo of her in Harry Potter. And, of course, the Gryffindor House Ghost, Nearly Headless Nick, John Cleese, another autograph I never thought in a million years I would get. Again, a charity auction. And another Dawn French. This one, I think, was a gift from Daniel again, so thank you very much. Next up we have some video game voice actors, so I do collect Harry Potter video game autographs as well. So we have Jonathan Harden, who voiced Xenophilius Lovegood, with a note from him. We have Alan Cordonatt, who voiced all of these people in the games. So Snape, mainly Snape and Flitwick, but you've got Lucius Malfoy there, Filch, a goblin. Yeah, plenty of people Alan Cordonatt voiced. I made this collage for him. I make all of these, actually. And he sent me a lovely note. We have, I forgot his name, Jonathan Kidd. There we go. I made this again. He voiced all these incredible people in the video game. Sent me a note. Shefali Chowdhury, so as well as playing Parvati Patil, she also voiced her. And Matthew Lewis, he voiced Neville Longbottom as well. These were both through the mail. Louise Gold, who voiced Pomona Sprout in Harry Potter Connect. This was via Venue in Sheffield. Casey Leung, again, as well as playing Cho, she also voiced her. This was TTM. And that's all my video game autographs so far, so I definitely want to get more of those. Next up, and our second to last section, we have behind the scenes. So as well as actors and video game voice actors, I just firmly believe that behind the scenes people just don't get as much love in the fandoms as they should do. Without them, we wouldn't have these incredible shows and movies, so I really wanted to honour them in a way by trying to collect all the autographs from the extras, the producers, the directors, the costume designers, the makeup, the hair, the lighting, everything. If you've had a role in Harry Potter, whether it be in front of the camera or behind it, I want your autograph. So I do have a couple of extras autographs on the way. I also have a couple of technicians as well. But yeah, I know I went on a bit of a rant there, but people tend to collect only actors' autographs, which is great if that's what you want. But I really think these people deserve the recognition. So here we go. So we have Ian White. This was in person. He's also been in Game of Thrones and lots of other things. So he played Olympe Maxime. So Olympe Maxime was played by Frances Delatour, but it was Ian in the big costume to make her look tall like a giant. So he did full body shots and stunt work for Madame Maxime. Next up we have, Ian White again. So as you can see, look at the height difference. This is when I met him. I am very, very short, but he is very, very tall. And this is Martin Bayfield. So you can see my note there. That's really embarrassing. He wrote back on my note. But similarly from Ian that I've just spoke about, Martin Bayfield was the actor in the Hagrid suit when Robbie Coltrane wasn't playing him. And another one there, it's very dark, unfortunately. And this was TTM. Next up, we have one of my treasured possessions, Christopher Columbus. He produced, I'm right. He directed Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets and produced Prisoner of Azkaban. It's amazing to get directors. I haven't got them all. Hopefully I will soon. This was a purchase. Then we have Paul Warren, who I met in person. He played Harry's body double in Order of the Phoenix. Next up, we have one of my favourite costume designers. So if you don't know me, I also love costume design. And this is Janie Termine. I hope I've said her name right. She's French, I can't say her name. But this was through the mail. So we have those, and I had a lovely little letter from her as well. Next up, we have the wonderful Stephen Fry. So if you're wondering what Stephen Fry has to do with Harry Potter, he narrated the audiobooks here in the UK. This, I couldn't resist. This is a photo of him voicing Reva in Fable. I absolutely love that. But anyway, on a tangent, I do need Jim Dale, who voiced the audiobooks in America. And of course, there's some foreign actors, voice actors, who did the audiobooks for their respective countries. So I'd hopefully like to get them as well. Now, a little bit controversial here, and I don't want to get into it. I'm not going to get into it, but we have some J.K. Rowling preprints. I do own genuine J.K. Rowling, but it's not in this folder. And if I have to tell you what J.K. Rowling's got to do with Harry Potter, perhaps you shouldn't be watching this video. Next up we have Mina Lima. So I bought something from their store and I received this. I believe it's a preprint. I'm not sure it's genuine. I think it's a preprint. It must be, because you get it with every purchase. Now, I did meet Eduardo Lima. So these did all the props, graphics design, or most of it for Harry Potter with their team, and also Fantastic Beasts. And like I said, I do have Eduardo's autograph in a book, but it's obviously not here. Then we have Nick Dudman, who is my favourite creature effects person ever. So Nick Dudman did the creature effects and the makeup, or some of the makeup, for all of the films, and I believe he works on Fantastic Beasts, but I'm not sure. And there's another one, and this was TTM. Next up, we don't have an autograph in this folder, but this is a letter from Patrick Doyle, who composed the music for Goblet of Fire. As you can see, his autograph is in my CD booklet. Then this has my old address on, so I have to zoom in here, so sorry. But this is from a guy called Andrew Brownlow, who was an animator on Philosopher's Stone. Now, I only asked him for an autograph, and this guy went above and beyond. He sent me 5 or 6 double-sided pages talking about everything he did on Harry Potter. So he talks about animating the chess pieces, the large chess pieces for the end scene of Philosopher's Stone. He talks about so much 3D modelling. He really, really took the time to write all this, and he didn't have to, so I'm ever so grateful. Then we have, let me see if I can say this right, Alfonso Cuarón, my second and last director, who directed Prisoner of Azkaban. This is a purchase. I'd also like to mention that I do have John Richardson, who did special effects. He's not in this folder. He is in a program, a Warner Brothers Studio Tour program. Anyway, so moving on, we're on to Rylan. Now, you guys are going to have to tell me if you get this morning things. Is this genuine or is this a preprint? I'm not sure because I purchased it on eBay. Now, Rylan is here because he played Ron Weasley's body double. We have another Stephen Fry because I love the man. Next up, we have a couple of postcards from Heather Leet. Now, these were interesting because I actually purchased some Merlin things from her eBay, and then discovered that she worked on Harry Potter, so I had to speak to her through eBay. Now, she was a wardrobe mistress, second unit for Goblet of Fire. Then we have Louisa Lytton. Again, you might be wondering why is she here? Because she played Hermione Granger's body double in Chamber of Secrets, which not many people know, and this was I don't know if it was a purchase or a TTM. I'm going to say purchase. Similarly, we have Christopher Parker. These two were in my EastEnders folder for so long because I didn't realise they were in Harry Potter. But he was a stunt double in Chamber of Secrets as well. Although I don't think he's ever publicly said whose stunt double he was. So it could have been Harry's. I'm not sure. And again, that was a purchase. Now, these are very, very interesting, very intriguing, these. These were sent to me through email by Christopher. No, they weren't, not Christopher Parker. I'm going to have to double check because I forgot this guy's name. Oh, I'm ever so sorry, but these were early concept sketches for Harry Potter. As you can see, none of these made it into the final version. These are just fantastic, aren't they? And there's the signature. I know it says Andy.